Hello, welcome to SmartBird 101. I'm your host, Robert Rocha. I'm Instructional Technology Specialist with the El Paso Independent School District. In today's segment, we're going to highlight one of the great features in Smart Notebook 11 called the Activity Builder. The Activity Builder allows classroom teachers to customize their own animations to help better deliver their instruction to their students. Now, in previous versions of Smart Notebook, if you wanted to add some type of interaction with the students, you could actually go ahead and allow to do some animations such as spinning out and fading and so forth, but the interaction was only limited to the object itself. What the Activity Builder does now, it allows you to access, again, the vast majority of objects within that Smart Gallery, which is like 6,700 items, but now you can get those objects to work together to help customize the instruction that you're teaching with your students. So let's go and take a look at the Smart Activity Builder and show you how that actually works in your classroom and how to build your own customized animation. So let's go back to my computer screen over here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Smart Notebook file. And when I do, I'm going to actually notice over here the actual button here is a jigsaw puzzle that's on my tab bar. But when I click on it right now, it just says the Activity Builder, and it says here current page, nothing there, 0 activity objects on page. And of course, it gives me a little tutorial on how to do that, how to actually build it. But I already went through that tutorial, and I'm going to go and show you how to go and do that now. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and add the objects to my page. So I've already selected some objects ahead of time. So I'm going to go to my gallery under My Content. There it is. I'm going to go to Gallery. I'm going to kind of blow it up right here. And I'm going to click on My Content so you can kind of see how you can go ahead and customize your own pieces here. And not going to work to blow me up because I didn't turn on my Zoom In feature. And that's quite okay for right now. But I'm going to go ahead and click on my Health. And in my Health folder, I have 8 pictures. So I'm going to click on my 8 pictures, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of them here. So I'm going to hit my Control button, and I'm going to select them all. There I go. All the ones I'm actually going to use here. And I'm going to drag them out to my environment right there. And there's all my pictures that I have here. So they're kind of bunched up, so I'm going to go ahead and now move them separately here. So I have a picture of a couple eating dinner because I want to focus this particular page on eating healthy. A lot of times kids nowadays in their classroom are not very healthy. They eat a lot of junk food. So this is a way to kind of show them how to enforce positive eating of good healthy items here. So I'm going to have my couple right there. I'm going to put my candy on that side here and my fruits on that side. And it's a little kind of big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller by dragging that white circle on the very bottom. And I have an apple that's again very large, so I'm going to grab the white dot there, and I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. And there's some nice cupcakes. I'm going to go ahead and make those again a little bit smaller. I'm going to move those around to kind of trick the kids a little bit of what's good and what's not. And I tend to have more candy than I do more healthy food, but that's okay because we're going to show them how to make better choices here. So now I've kind of pre-added my sizes that I have here. If I wanted to, I can go and add a title. So I'm going to put here on the top of my title here, I'm going to put healthy eating. And there we go. Not sure why that, oh, there it goes right there, but I kind of blow that up a little bit. There I go, make it a little bit wider. And again, that's a new feature within Smart Notebook 11. Notice when I do the editing here, if I want to go ahead and enlarge my text box on the horizontal axis, I now have, you go back to my computer screen, I've got these 2 little dots here on the side that I can go ahead and make that text box larger or smaller rather than having to drag it out the other way as far as using the white dot. You got 2 smaller ones that do left and right. So I have that particular feature here. I have all the items that I need to go ahead and actually start using my Activity Builder. And so what I want to go ahead and do now is I want to associate the items that are going to work or are the correct answers in our picture. So I'm going to go back now to my computer screen. I'm going to click on my jigsaw puzzle. Now if you notice, my jigsaw puzzle has a different look to it. It says here's my selected object, which I don't want that to be the selected object. So I'm going to go ahead and select the couple here who are eating dinner, And when I select that one, I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit. So notice now when I click on this, I'm going to click on Edit, and I'm going to blow my screen up a little bit so you can kind of see better what's happening. So let me minimize my screen just for a moment, and let me turn on my Zoom It program. And that way I can go back up here, my Zoom It's back on, and now when I hit my piece here, you can kind of see now that I've selected the healthy eating. Notice it's kind of got some little bars on the side letting me know that that is the highlighted object that I want highlighted, that I want to use that as my activity builder. And notice now on my activity builder, it has two tabs, one that says object and one that says settings. And so here it says now accept the objects. Let me blow that up just again a little bit. There we go. It says now, check mark, your green check mark, accept these objects. So drag objects here to accept them. So all the ones that reinforce the positive eating, I'm going to drag those into those particular areas. So let me go back and drag that down over here. And let me go ahead and escape just for a moment. So my strawberry I know is a very healthy thing to eat. So I'm going to drag my strawberry into my object area there. I'm going to drag that one there. And notice as soon as I did that, it put a check mark letting me know that that's a correct answer. So now the other obvious answer is going to be the apple. So I'm going to drag the apple there. I'm going to go ahead and drag it. And so I know now that when I drag these two items to this picture, it's going to interact in a positive way. Now the things that I don't want to react with it, again, are going to be the sweet items, the candy. So I'm going to do the candy apple. I'm going to drag that to the items to reject these objects. There's the candy, the actual candy apple. Now here's the candy with the wrapper there. And of course the two cupcakes. I'm going to drag that right there. So right now you would think that that's done, but it's not done quite yet because I've already associated the items now to either work or not work with my picture. But now what I want to go do is go to my settings feature. So notice now object was highlighted, and now I'm going to click on settings. Now I'm going to kind of blow this up so you can kind of see what the answer choices are here. Now under the settings feature, I have these options. I can either do nothing when the object is done correctly, which means it'll just stay on top of the object. I can have it fade out, which I don't think fade out really, in this particular object, is not really going to reinforce positive. So I can do also fly out. Actually, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Fade out is what I want to choose because once I put it onto the object, I want it to say that it absorbed it in and it said, yes, that's the correct thing to go ahead and use. So I'm going to choose fade out. But you also have options such as fly out, snap to center, and spin around. That's up to you how you want to use it in your classroom. But I'm going to go ahead and choose fade out here. And hit escape. There we go. And go back up here. And so now what I also want to do here is when rejected, objects should either bounce back. I could also do nothing. But I think bounce back, of course, is a great way to go ahead and do that. And so now once I've done that, I click on done. And now my objects are back to use in my normal fashion. So I'm going to try to go back to my smartboard right now. Let's see if we can get this to work. If not, I'll go back to my computer and see how things going because I have a different kind of smartboard in my particular TV studio here, and sometimes it's just a little finicky and doesn't work quite the way I'd like it to. But we have pretty big objects here, so I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to go back to my computer screen over here, and so I'm going to go ahead and go this way here. It seems to be working pretty well. Now, I want to present this to my classroom. So when I present it to my classroom, I want to do a full screen. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my full screen feature up here. And notice when I clicked on my full screen feature, all my menu screens came right back up here. And so now I'm going to click on full screen. And see, I bet you'll kind of mention here a little bit to kind of, there we go. And no. Well, can't get it to actually work on my screen, so I'm just going to go back. I'm going to stay right here, but I'm going to go ahead and go to my computer here real quickly. I'm going to choose full screen, and actually I went to dual page display originally, so let me go exit that. And no, I'm on single page display, and I'm going to go to full screen, and there it goes. That's what I wanted to go ahead and do. And so now I've got, of course, I got my floating toolbar like I've had before with my previous version of Smart Notebook, and now I have my objects. So let's say the student comes up now to my board. I'm going to go ahead and have them drag the item into my picture that I associated with that. And so here I go. I'm going to go ahead and drag my apple, and one thing I didn't do is I didn't move it to the front. That was my mistake, but watch what happens. It kind of faded at the beginning. So let me modify that so we can get that working. And a lot of times as you're building things, we go back to my computer screen here, we kind of forget, or we're in a hurry to do things. So this strawberry, I want to move that to my front, because always in Smart Notebook, everything comes in layers. And so you have to always remember that when you're creating these lessons. So I'm going to put here, for my strawberry, I'm going to move that to my order. I'm going to go to bring to front. I'm actually going to do that for all my items here. Drop down menu, and I'm going to go to order, and I'm going to say bring to front. Okay. Now I'm back to go ahead and go back to my computer screen over there, my smartboard, and now we're ready to go ahead and use my particular feature. And so now, let's say another student came up and they wanted to go ahead and move the actual candy piece to my picture. I can go ahead and hold that down here. Notice now it's on top. We got that working right properly. I'm going to let it go, and it bounced back. The board is not messed up, because now it's saying, hey, this is not the correct answer, so you know what? It's not going to work. It's not going to absorb it in. But if I was to choose something healthy, like the strawberry here, see if we can get the strawberry to move up, and now it's on top, I let it go, it absorbs it, lets me know that those are the healthy choices for my particular items that are there. And so you can kind of see how you can you're only limited by your imagination of how you can use this activity builder with your students to create customized lessons with your students. And again, before we had to use the lesson activity toolkit to get some customization, but now you have access to that particular tool, and you can use it. And you saw it was done very easily. Another thing that I could possibly show you right now is how you can associate sound to a particular object when it's clicked. So let me go back into my computer screen, and let's add a sound real quickly. And let me go back to my computer screen here. And let's say, I'm going to go ahead and reset, go back and undo everything I did here. There I go, brought it back to where it was. I'm going to go back and redo that particular page. I'm going to identify my object here as that one as being my edit. Everything looks good here. But now, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit larger here, because I'm getting a little bit small. Let me do 100% here. I'm going to go ahead and on the apple, I'm going to add a sound to that apple. So when it actually is selected and it's working, it'll apply the sound that's created with that. So for instance, I'm just going to do a hand clapping sound. And I'm going to go to my drop-down menu here. And I'm going to go to sound for my drop-down menu. Let me see if I can blow that up for you guys just a little bit quickly there. I'm going to choose sound from the drop-down menu. There I have my sound. And I'm going to go ahead and choose that again. And it says here I can either do a sound from a file that I may already have, but if I don't have one, I can always start recording on my own. And so record sound clip, I'm going to hit start recording. I'm going to say yay, clap, and stop. Of course, it's going to say all the things I've picked up there. That's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and close that up. So now I'm going to go back to my settings feature within my activity builder. And when I do that, notice now when accepted, object plays fade out, but also play the object sound. So now when the object plays and gets the correct answer, it'll go ahead and clap. Now I can't hear it in my studio, but I think on the video clip you will be able to hear it. So I'm going to click on done. And let's go ahead and play that one more time, and full screen. And there I go. And I'm going to go ahead and put the apple and drag that to my particular piece here. And hopefully you should be able to hear that sound of the clapping, saying yay, and so forth. Now I could hear it in my studio, TV studio here, but at home you should be able to hear that particular feature. But this pretty much wraps it up for today's show on Smartboard 101. Come back for our future shows where we're going to show you how to use the new built-in web browser for Smart Notebook, and of course some other great features that are there, and some tips and tricks on how to use Smart Notebook 11. I hope you enjoyed your show today and come back for more. All right, bye-bye.